Hey guys, this is my short guide to climbing Mera Peak. The video is going to be split into two parts. First the different trekking routes to Mera Peak and then the gear I used and recommend for the climb. As for me, I summited in October 2023 and all the footage you see in the background is my own. Nestled in the northeastern reaches of Nepal, Mera Peak stands a mere 31 kilometers distant from Mount Everest. It has three distinct peaks, Mera North, Central and South. While the northern summit is the highest, most teams climb Mera Central as it's the most accessible. So did we. Starting at Lukla Airport, there are two different trekking routes towards Mera Peak. The longer one, which we took, first goes south and passes the villages of Pangom, Niksar, Chatrakola and goes to Taktok. The shorter, although harder one, goes from Lukla over the Chatra La Pass at 4.6 and then unites with the southern one in Taktok. The southern one was definitely an interesting trek as you pass through a lot of jungle and different environments. The days are usually 6 to 7 hours long with around 10 kilometers of distance covered and up to 1,200 vertical meters of altitude gain. Most days are around 6 to 800 vertical meters. I found this to be quite a good track to acclimatize. The people we met and who took the route over the pass all complained about heavy headaches and had to rest at Taktok for a few days to acclimatize and regain their strength. From Taktok, the trek continues to Kari, which sits around 5,000 meters. Kari is a relatively large settlement and has impressive tea houses, which offer anything from hot showers to freshly baked cakes. The southern trek covers a distance of roughly 63 kilometers while ascending about 5,800 vertical meters in total. Depending on your daily distance and the number of rest days, it usually takes about 1 week to get to Kari. The northern route spans only 32 kilometers and you will ascend about 4,000 vertical meters, which takes you 4 days. Due to the fast altitude gain, you'll be at over 4.6 just 2 days after arriving at Lukla. I'd only recommend this route if you're already acclimatized. Once at Kari, most teams take a rest day at Kari and do a short hike up the hill behind Kari to enjoy the views of the surrounding area. Starting in the morning, you'll trek to Mera High Camp at 5:08 and rest there for the remainder of the day. For the summit push, depending on your speed, you start the ascent between 11 PM and 2 AM to get to the summit at around sunrise. We started at 2 AM and got to the summit after 4 hours and 30 minutes. The climb on itself has no technical difficulties, although it's not to be underestimated. The combination of altitude, cold and physical effort will be quite exhausting, especially since you'll climb from 5 to 6.5 in just under 24 hours. This makes a good preparation even more important. Try to avoid alcohol and smoking and drink enough water to help your body acclimatize. Now for the gear. It's not necessary to buy everything you're going to use. There are quite a few rental shops in Kari where you can rent boots and other equipment. I would just talk to my expedition company and ask them about it. For the summit day I wore my Scarpa Phantom 8000 because I had them with me for climbing Barunse. If you're only going to climb Mera Peak, I'd recommend a 6,000 meter boot as they are warm enough and a lot more comfortable. As for layering, this will always depend on how easily you get cold and especially the conditions. My base layer consisted of merino liners, socks and long merino underwear. As mid layer I recommend a good fleece jacket like the Mammoth Advanced Hooded Jacket. For pants I only wore my down pants as they were warm enough. If you don't have any down pants, you can always combine an insulated pants with soft or hardshell pants. As we had quite good conditions, I didn't wear any softshell or hardshell jacket and just put my down jacket above my fleece jacket. This may vary depending on temperature and wind, so I would always bring a soft or hardshell jacket as well. For gloves I used Icebreaker merino liners and Hastra Heliski finger gloves and brought my mittens as backup should I have ever gotten cold hands. Heat packs are a great option as well if you tend to have cold hands. A 30 to 40 liter backpack is usually enough to carry your equipment. Depending on your team, you may even only carry one pack per team with some snacks, insulated bottles and some spare clothing for the summit. A good headlamp like the Petzl Active Core is important as well, as most of your walk is going to be during the night. Adding to that, I'd highly recommend bringing poles for the climb and descent. Good sunglasses are a must-have, as the sun will be quite intense during the descent and you don't want to burn your eyes. That's it from me. There's gonna be a short list on the end of the video on the gear I used, how much it cost and how I rate it. And make sure to like and subscribe. Bye guys.